Imagine you showed up to the gym every single day until you got the body you wanted. Imagine you worked on your business every single day until it took off. Imagine you showed up for yourself every single day until you changed your life. Most people can't do that because they don't know how to be incredibly consistent. And for a long time, I didn't either. I remember years ago, I was in the gym and I saw this woman with these muscular, toned, beautiful arms. And I wanted that. So I went up to her and asked her how to get those arms. And so she took me over to this machine where it's like these ropes and all you do is pull it down. She told me do 100 of those every single day. And I'm like, bet. Because I really thought she's going to say, do 100 push-ups, do pull-ups, do all these extra things. But she said, just do one simple thing every single day. So I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going to do that. So she walked away and I got on the machine and I pulled it down 100 times. It hurt. But I did it. I left. Next day, came back, did it again. Next day, came back, did it again. For an entire week, I was on my grind. 100 of those. Because I'm thinking I'm about to get these arms. Now, at the end of the week, I went to the bathroom to go look at my arms to see, the progress I was making. And I saw none. I didn't have the muscle she had. My arms were not toned. It didn't even look like I spent that week working out. And so I thought that what she told me was a scam. It was not going to work. And I quit. And I can tell you hundreds more stories like that of where I had this idea of what I wanted. I worked on it for a few days or a week. I looked for progress, didn't see any, and I quit. And I'm pretty sure you have a ton of stories like that too. There's a reason why it is so hard to be consistent. There's a reason why most people will quit after the first few days or few weeks of trying something. And it's all because we're focusing on the wrong thing. Now, once I realized this and I shifted my focus, I'm not kidding, I tapped into this incredible amount of consistency. Since the beginning of this year, I have ran 2 miles every single day. I've written every day. I've written hundreds of blogs. I filled up notebooks by hand and created dozens of workbooks. And I filmed for an hour every single day. No matter how I feel, I film for an hour. I don't post every day, but I film every single day for an hour. I know how to be consistent, and it all started with shifting my focus. And if you want to learn how to be incredibly consistent, continue watching this video because I'm going to show you what you need to focus on to be consistent. Now first, what stops us from being consistent? Easy. It is a lack of progress. When we don't see progress, we get discouraged and then we quit. Look at the person who wants to lose weight. They've been dieting for a week. They get on the scale. They see that they haven't lost weight. If anything, it's gone up a little bit. What do? They quit the diet. They say this isn't working. They get discouraged. They quit. They return back to the old habits. Think about the person who wants to grow a social media account and they're posting every single day, but they still don't get any views. What happens? They get discouraged and they quit. Or the person who wants to learn a skill. Let's say they want to learn how to speak Spanish. And they've been practicing for 2 weeks straight, but they still cannot speak Spanish as good as they want to. And what happens? They get discouraged and they quit. When we focus on the long-term progress you want, the big results you want, we always get discouraged. Because the effort we're putting in is not getting us any closer to the place you want to be at. So if we want to be consistent, we cannot focus on the big end goals we want. Because we are never going to get like this. It is going to take months, if not years, of continuing to show up. And if you're showing up for something and you see you're not getting anywhere close to it after spending weeks on it, you will always give up. That is why if you want to be consistent, you have got to see immediate progress. If you don't see immediate progress, it is going to be hard for you to stay consistent. Now here's the problem. When working on these big goals, we won't see the progress until after months, if not years, of continual effort. So if we can't see progress in that, how can we get the immediate progress we need to stay consistent? Because I'm telling you, when you see progress in anything, you will feel encouraged and that will push you to keep going. That's why when you're doing some survey, they'll have that little bar that shows the progress slowly going up so that when you get to a point where you kind of don't want to keep doing this survey and you just want to quit, you'll look at the progress you've made and that's going to encourage you to keep going. Because when you see progress, that is a green sign that shows you're moving in the right direction. If we think our efforts are being wasted, it is going to be so easy for us to quit. And that is why most of us fail to be consistent, because we don't see the fruits of our labor immediately. It takes time to get that. But there are 2 things that don't take much time to see any progress in, and this is what you need to focus on if you want to stay consistent. Do not focus on the long-term goal you want to reach, the progress you want to see. Yes, look at it so you know where to go, but don't focus on it. Instead, focus on these 2 things, and you will reach these incredible levels of consistency like I have. So the first one is short-term goals. A year ago, I started a YouTube channel. This is like my 4th channel. And the other channels I started, I posted for like a week, didn't see anything, and then quit. But this time it was different. I posted 3 videos every single week for an entire year on this channel. I didn't see any progress. I got no views. I barely got any subscribers, and yet I continued showing up and staying consistent with posting 3 videos every week. So how did I go from quitting 3 YouTube channels within a week because I saw no progress in it to running a YouTube channel for an entire year with barely any progress at all? It's because when I ran that YouTube channel, I had a short-term goal. And that's where I got my progress from. I was not looking at the viewers and the subscriber count to mark my progress. I was looking at the short-term goal. And that goal was to make 100 videos in that year. And so every video I made got me closer to that goal. It showed that my efforts weren't being wasted. And that was all I needed to stay encouraged and keep going and stay consistent. And there were times where I did get discouraged and I looked and saw that I wasn't getting subscribers and I wasn't getting the views I wanted. But I didn't focus on that. I always turn my attention back towards the short-term goal of getting 100 videos and ask myself, okay, well, what's the next video going to be? How can I make this even better? Because I want to get this goal, 100 videos. And that's what kept me in the game for so long, for an entire year. And here's the thing. When I first started making YouTube videos, I was trash. Complete trash. I'm going to show you a clip right now. Now, you've known it since you were a child, but because you were so young, I mean, there wasn't really much you could do on it. That was trash. But as I kept following that short-term goal and making video after video after video so I could see that number get closer and closer to 100, that's when I started to see progress in my speaking skills. All those weeks spent practicing was starting to show itself. And that added on to my encouragement to keep going, and then it became so easy to stay consistent. The next tactic is to track yourself. I first found out about tracking when I read the book Atomic Habits, and I decided to use that tracking method with writing, because for a long time I wanted to be a writer, but every time I started writing, I would just quit after a few weeks because I just got tired of it. I didn't know where I was going. It was hard for me to be consistent in it. But once I started tracking myself, that all changed. Now, I had no clue how powerful this is going to be until the end of the month when I tallied up all the words I had written, and I got this score that excited me. So next month, I did a little bit more. Next month, I did a little bit more. But the next month after that, that's when the progress from those last 3 months kicked in, and I saw a massive increase in the amount of words I'd written. And do you know how motivating that was? How much that encouraged me to keep writing every single day? Just that number alone, tracking that number, gave me so much. It gave me a sense of achievement. And that made it so much easier for me to show up and write because I knew at the end of the month I was going to have a big number that was going to make me feel good. The same thing applied to every habit I tracked. Meditating, reading, working out, I tracked it and tallied up everything at the end of the month and got the score that filled me up with a sense of achievement that kept me going every single day, that kept me consistent. Now, if you focus on immediate progress by having short-term goals or tracking yourself instead of focusing on the end goal that you're putting in all this work for but not seeing that you're getting anywhere close to it, I promise you, you will unlock max levels of consistency. You'll be incredibly consistent. Just try it out and let me know how it works. And are there any other ways that you know how to stay consistent that I didn't talk about? Let me know. Because look, I'm trying to learn too. So help me out. Let me know. Alright, and remember, take action, stay consistent, and make your goals happen. I will see you later.